We don't hope, we plan. I love this line from Dune because it reminds me of our industry. Despite reinvention in media and entertainment, you continue to be resilient and transform the way you work to produce remarkable films and games. You proved it again with massive successes like Pixar Inside Out 2, the most profitable animated movie ever. Or the game Dragon's Dogma 2 by Capcom, which sold over 2.5 million units in just 11 days. You also showed us that smaller scale productions can be successful. Godzilla Minus One and The Creator had extremely low budgets, but both were nominated for a visual effects Oscar. And Godzilla won, which means you don't need hundreds of millions to make a great movie. And incredible things happen when the lines blur between film and games. Think of Fallout or The Last of Us. The popular games were turned into award-winning series. Our industry is resilient. You're constantly evolving, and we are on this journey with you. Whether you're a big or a small studio, whether you focus on film, TV, or games, your content must be compelling and profitable for you. Today's tools play a big role, but existing solutions can only get us so far. We need to continue to improve them and invest in completely new ones. So let me tell you how we're evolving our core products, making Flow more powerful, and investing in AI, all to enhance your pipelines and make you more efficient today. So that's where I want to start with today, and how we're strengthening Maya and 3ds Max to make the lives of artists easier. This includes new features like the completely redesigned dope sheet in Maya. And I just said dope, yes, but it's media and entertainment, and that's how it is. Anyway, a dope sheet is a chart which helps artists keep track of what's happening in their animation. For example, when this dragon moves. Now they can make changes, like adjust the animation timing of a complex character in a much more intuitive way. For modelers, we introduced the innovative Smart Extrude feature, which is now available in both 3ds Max and Maya. Let's say a modeler wants to cut into the joint of this robot. They can do that and more in an easier and more predictable way, instead of handling messy geometry. We're also continuing our investment in open standards like OpenPBR. Together with Adobe, we co-developed this standard because it allows you to transfer materials of different elements in your scene between applications. These improvements alone will save artists a lot of time. And we've been busy improving our collaboration solutions so that you can work together more efficiently. Since we open-sourced RV, our review technology, the community has done amazing things with it. Commercial RV is now built on the same foundation to make sure that everyone benefits from improvements, whether they come from the community or Autodesk. As important as how you review is what you review. In Flow Capture, our camera-to-cloud and collaboration solution, your media assets are now front and center, where they should be. We reimagined the user experience so that you can easily find your assets, like a specific take from one of your shoots, organize them with new drag-and-drop capabilities, and much more. Making the products you use in your pipelines more efficient is extremely important to us. And this is the thing. These products are also the connection to Flow, our industry cloud. I've always believed, and I still do, that it's crucial for you to be able to extend our software. With Flow, you can do that in a faster and more flexible way. Flow APIs allow you to build new services and workflows that connect to your current products from Autodesk and others. We released the Flow Graph Engine API. It lets you run Bifrost graphs in the cloud and develop custom compute solutions for your studio. And we also built on it. Artists waste a lot of time reworking complex meshes for animation or rendering. With the new retopology service, you can offload this preparation to the cloud and get optimized meshes much faster. And the best thing, you can access the service in both 3ds Max and Maya. And that's just the beginning. The Flow Graph Engine also underpins the new wedging service we're building. Compute-heavy simulations can now run in the cloud, different versions in parallel, so that artists can compare them and iterate faster. But Flow isn't just API first. It's also an open ecosystem. We want others to build on the APIs, and they've already started. Digital Fish is a tech company founded by industry veterans that worked at big studios. What's great is that they're using their expertise to come up with novel tools for media and entertainment, like this workflow that Digital Fish developed on the Flow Graph Engine. By combining it with Apple's iOS and visionOS, they bring powerful pre-visualization of effects to the set. And this is how it works. The crew scans the set to create a digital twin. They send the scans to the Flow Graph Engine for compute in the cloud. What they get back is a mesh, which is used by the visual effects artist, who places pre-generated 3D assets and visual effects simulations that react to the digital twin. But Digital Fish didn't stop there. With the new Flow Graph Engine, they seamlessly offload expensive compute to the cloud, where the visual effects are simulated. And that's when the real magic happens. Because now the director can communicate exactly how the visual effects will transform the scene. During rehearsals, the actors can see the effects from their own perspective and refine their performance. And the cinematographer can compose the best camera angles, while the entire crew interacts with the 3D elements together. The Flow Graph Engine enables Digital Fish and developers like you to realize creative ideas that were hard to achieve before. Check out the Flow Graph Engine, APIs, and build better workflows for your pipelines. All right, so you can build new things with Flow, but you can also connect artist workflows with new Flow features that will be added directly to your desktop products, like Flow animating in context in Maya. The creative intent of the editor is the heartbeat of any production, but it's not visible to artists working in Maya. We will change that by connecting data from Flow production tracking to Maya and vice versa. Animators will be able to see the editorial timeline as they work and create better animations faster. This is powerful, but you don't have to take my word for it. Let's hear from Bill Poulsen, CTO of Technicolor. Bill is an acknowledged expert on pipelines and a big believer in forging connections between different departments, studios, and really the entire industry.
Animation is storytelling, and storytelling is intrinsically sequence-based. The Technicolor Group does a wide variety of projects in Bangalore, Paris, London, New York, Montreal, and Los Angeles. Building all these projects requires a ton of collaboration, and collaboration requires context. Flow, animating, and context is a big step in that direction. Working in shots alone deprives us of context. When you open a shot, there's nothing before the first frame of the shot, and there's nothing beyond the last frame of the shot. So you have no real connection to the rest of the film. So we're incredibly excited that Autodesk is developing this capability to animate in a context bigger than a shot. And this is powerful for the artists because they don't have to switch between applications and fumble for data. They can stay focused on their work and stay in the creative state. And this is more than cost savings. This is about expanding artistic reach. We want to give every artist the ability to own a much bigger piece of the film they're working on.
This is exactly why we're excited about Flow. The more connections we can create, the more impact every single person on the project can have. And not just artists, developers, producers, directors, and all the people working behind the scenes. And then there's another technology that could have a profound effect, AI. And there's a lot of hype. I believe that already today, it's moving us forward in a meaningful way. We can help augment your workflows with these simple and practical improvements powered by Autodesk AI. And that's what we've been doing. In rendering, getting less noisy images takes a lot of computing power. We used AI in Arnold to solve this problem so that you can quickly denoise every image every time you render a scene. Or let's say you're working in Flame and you want to slow down the video. With AI, we're able to create additional frames and produce a much more realistic result for you. In Maya, you now have the ML deformer. The algorithm learns how a complex character moves, just from the data that's right there. Animators can then pose the character in real time, as the tool approximates complex deformations for them. But there's even more room for useful applications of AI in animation, which brings me to Wonder Dynamics. As Andrew said, AI is disrupting entertainment more than any other industry. We need AI tools like Wonder Studio that don't disrupt your pipelines, but augment them. Wonder Studio allows artists to easily put characters into live action scenes. And the team will release a new beta that lets you replace not only the characters, but the backgrounds as well. The underlying technology, video to 3D scene, essentially creates a virtual production environment where all the elements, like the background, character animation, camera, and lighting, can be fully edited in Maya, Blender, or other products. This new capability is a big step towards accelerating the creation of animated films with AI. Nicola, Ty, and the Wonder Dynamics team joined Autodesk because, like us, they believe that AI has the potential to empower big studios and also lower the barrier of entry for smaller studios and creators. That's why it's not surprising that one of the first users of Wonder Studio was Corridor Digital. They're not just a small independent visual effects studio. Their creative team, Corridor Crew, takes audiences behind the scenes of their projects to show how they're constantly reinventing themselves with new technology.
Corridor Digital is a really cool studio. It's about 12, 15 people at any given time. We've been around for over 10 years at this point. And we primarily focus on making action comedy, VFX-based short films, and it's a lot of fun.
We're constantly looking for ways to save time because, we don't have the same deadlines as feature films, right? We're putting out videos every week.
The thing about doing virtual characters is it's a huge pain in the butt. Years ago, I made an entire 20-minute short film featuring a virtual character. It was called Scooty. Camera tracking, motion tracking, all of the lighting. It took months and months of constant work on the VFX. Last year I worked on a short film called There's an Alien in My House, and it was a challenge because on top of all of those VFX, we had to do it in the span of about 2 weeks, which is just a ridiculous deadline for anything involving virtual characters. When I heard about Wonder Studio, I was like, this is amazing. You can fully film a short film the way you would normally and film your actors on camera and be able to direct them naturally, and then just pipe it into this software and it spits out a virtual character, and you don't have to do all of that manual work of the tracking and the mocap and the clean plates and everything. It just allows a much more free-flowing creative process of working with actors.
The ability of Wonder Studio to play nice with all of the other tools that we have in our pipeline is, to me, the most exciting thing about it and the most useful thing about it.
It lets you export the camera data and the lighting and the motion capture. And so for certain situations on my project where I needed a little bit more artistic control, I could go into that third-party program and use Wonder Studio's output to help assist me as an artist.
Over the last few years, we've played with a lot of different AI tools. Wonder Studio allows an artist to still be an artist. It allows you to focus on being creative, and the software just takes care of the boring parts.
A lot of the time, as an independent artist, you want to make really ambitious projects that just aren't feasible. But, sometimes you have to do it as one person. You don't have a bunch of money or a bunch of people backing you, and you still have this creative vision that you want to express. And so Wonder Studio is going to be an invaluable tool for these kinds of people where they can go after more of those ambitious ideas and shoot for the stars.
I think Corridor Digital proves it. You can do a lot with AI today, but we also need to keep an eye on the future together and explore new AI applications. Yesterday, you saw our research in neural motion control. It's an innovative way of animating supported by AI. Or take Project Bernini. It has promising applications in media and entertainment too. We're excited to partner with companies like Electronic Arts on Project Bernini to explore the potential of generative AI in game development together while they stay in full control of their data. We hope this is just the beginning of many partnerships around AI and other groundbreaking technologies. No studio wants to overhaul their entire pipeline every time a new technology comes around. Pipelines are the secret sauce. They are how a studio works, and you can't change all of it. It's impractical and expensive. I get it. That's why we want to make your pipelines just a little bit more efficient with our core products, with Flow, and with meaningful AI solutions. But our industry will keep transforming, so we want to help you be prepared for future reinvention. Creativity requires freedom. We want to help you break down barriers one by one so that you can continue to imagine new characters, new worlds, new stories, and bring them to life.